Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Twilight Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is the 30-40-901. It's actually 3 sizes of this sconce. Check them all out. They're all quite wonderful. Watch those videos. Let's get into the height of the fixture itself. 7.1 inches. That's bottom to top. The width on it is 6.9 inches, and the projection from the wall coming out is 5.2. So the mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your junction box, is coming in at 4.2, and the back plate on this is going to be 4.9 by 4.9. I want to show you a little bit more information about that, and how we're going to do it quickly is to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you all the parts. But it's also going to show you how to put together, and it's going to show you some really good line drawings of the back of this fixture so you see how it goes on your 4-inch junction box. Very good. So a couple little details on this. 2.2 pounds. It's made out of aluminum. We'll talk more about that later. It's also dark sky friendly. So dark sky friendly fixtures are made to the specifications of dark sky compliant, but dark sky compliant is a private corporation that charges you for that label. All of our dark sky friendly fixtures are made to the exact specifications of dark sky compliant. We have all the paperwork and documentation to back that up. If you need it for your HOA or your town or your zoning administrator, any of those people, just contact us about that. And how we go about doing dark sky friendly on this fixture, because you have the opportunity to use it a couple of different ways. You can use it where the light is just pouring down onto the ground and washing the wall and not going up. And how we do that is there's a little plate that just sits right in the top of this fixture, has a little tiny handle on it, just sits in there and blocks light from coming up. If you do want to have this with light going up and light going down, you just take the little plate off. It's just that simple. There's a clear rain shield that's inside of that to keep water from getting in. You'll see that in the parts list when you look at the installations instructions. Okay? Let's get into a few other things here. Let's talk about lamping on this. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be using a G9 socket, and G9 sockets use G9 bulbs. They have 2 little prongs on the bottom. They just push in just like that. So if you want to stick with incandescent halogen, you can still do that with this fixture, and that's going to be a 60 watt max. However, there's a lot of LEDs out there in the world that I talk about all the time that will work quite well. So LEDs come in all kinds of flavors. They come in these kind of orange phosphorus ones. They come in, this is a silicone one, which is kind of cool. Cast silicone with little pads inside. And this is what's called a cob LED that has a little, looks like a corn cob, lots of little pads, including on the end. And they all do the same job. They just push in to that socket. Sometimes there are wires, sometimes there are little pads and on the bottom as well, little prongs made out of metal. So there's no limit to this as far as what you can put into it except the physical size of the bulb. So we know that a halogen like this is going to fit in great. If you're going for LEDs, I would probably try to do more on the shorter, squattier side of things to make sure that they will fit into this. But you know, these bulbs are so inexpensive. We get them on Amazon. You can find them at hardware stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that, or any like Ace Hardware. However, I think the best selections on Amazon, not pushing Amazon on anyone, but they actually do have really good bulbs on there. So it's going to be just a matter of what you want to do. So this is a bulb that's a 75 watt equivalent. There's also 100 watt equivalents of these, but the more they put out, the longer they tend to be. So you have to be careful. Sometimes you just have to kind of scout around online and try to find the best that's going to be for you. We talk about the color of the light on these all the time. If you guys want to go for that yellow light, kind of a setting sun, that's 2700 Kelvin, that'll be offered to you. But on the other side of this, some people want that bluish white light, like a overcast day or a convenience store. I'm not one of those people, but some people do like that, and that's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. That's called daylight. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white or soft white, and that's 3000 Kelvin. It's light coming down on my hands from these 3000 Kelvin LEDs above. It's a dimmable fixture. If you're going to hang out with your friends drinking wine late into the evening, fine, put it on a dimmer. You can do that. Remember, this is an indoor-outdoor fixture. A lot of you guys are going to be using this inside, so you want to make sure, A, you put a good rheostat on, and the other thing is just make sure that when you're out there looking for bulbs, you get a dimmable version. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.